What does it mean to reach out to someone who has spent their life building walls? Not just walls of stone or brick, mind you, but those invisible fortresses of self-preservation, carefully constructed over years of quiet hurt and silent resolve. Today, we venture into the realm of the dismissive avoidant, those enigmatic souls who retreat when others would lean in, who crave connection even as they shy from its touch. Now, before we proceed, let me invite you into a metaphor, a castle, vast and imposing, perched atop a cliff, its drawbridge pulled tightly shut. Inside resides the dismissive avoidant, a master of self-reliance, the keeper of their own heart's key. And here you stand, outside the gates, contemplating how to reach across the moat. How do you begin? With a battering ram of emotion? Or perhaps a soft knock, a quiet note slipped beneath the door? Ah, my friends, the answer lies not in force but in finesse. And today, we shall explore just that. Imagine, if you will, that you are a scribe in an ancient court. The message you send must not only carry your words but also your intention. What mode will best suit your purpose? A text, perhaps? No, that's the carrier pigeon of modern times. Too hasty, too insistent. Might I suggest a letter? An email even? These allow the recipient the luxury of time, a chance to read, reflect, and respond when they are ready. For you see, the avoidant does not respond well to immediacy. They need space, even in communication. Choose wisely, for the medium is as much the message as the words themselves. Here lies the temptation, to pour your heart onto the page, recounting every moment, every slight, every tender memory. Resist it. Picture the recipient, their eyes glazing over as your words tumble like an avalanche. The dismissive avoidant is not a creature of excess emotion. They are wary of being overwhelmed. Instead, distill your message. Think of it as a haiku, concise yet profound. A single drop of truth, potent enough to ripple across the surface of their guarded heart. Now comes the hook, the moment you capture their attention. Begin with humility, with a gentle acknowledgement. I've been reflecting. Ah, what a disarming phrase that is. It signals introspection, not accusation. It opens a door rather than demanding entry. You might even admit, I see now where I fell short, and in that admission lies your power. For nothing draws the avoidant out of their shell like the promise of a conversation free of blame. Here, my friends, is where we find the golden key. The dismissive avoidant often feels unseen, their contributions unnoticed. Perhaps they were the steady hand in the storm, the provider of quiet comforts, the one who ensured the lights were always on and the fridge always full. Did you thank them for that? Or were you so consumed by what they didn't give that you forgot to honor what they did? Now is your chance. Speak to their strengths, their efforts, their value. This is not mere flattery. It is recognition. And recognition, when genuine, is a balm for the soul. Ah, the linchpin of this endeavor, owning your part. It is tempting, is it not, to catalogue the ways in which they fell short. But here's the thing. The dismissive avoidant already knows. They carry their guilt like a phantom, ever present yet unspoken. What they need is not a reminder, but a partner willing to meet them halfway. So admit your missteps. Perhaps you were too demanding, too critical, too quick to interpret their need for space as a lack of love. Say it plainly, without embellishment. I see now how my actions affected you, and for that I am sorry. There is power in accountability, a quiet strength that invites reciprocity. Finally, leave them with an invitation, not an ultimatum. I'd love to hear your thoughts whenever you're ready. Ah, how simple, yet how profound. This is the parting gift of your message, the assurance that you respect their autonomy. You are not storming the castle. You are simply letting them know the gates are open. And trust me, my friends, there is nothing an avoidant values more than the freedom to choose. Allow me to share a tale. There was once a man, a musician, whose melodies could move mountains. Yet in love, he was tone-deaf, his neediness clashing with his partner's need for space. When they parted, he was devastated. But instead of chasing, he paused. He wrote her a letter, not a lament but a reflection. He spoke of her kindness, her strength, and yes, his own failings. He ended simply, "I miss you, but more than that, I respect you." "And do you know what happened?" She wrote back. "Not immediately, but in time. They didn't fall into each other's arms. They built a bridge, step by careful step. Let us be clear. Reaching out is not a guarantee of reconciliation. The avoidant may not respond, or they may respond with walls still firmly in place. But that, my friends, is not a reflection of your worth. It is simply their journey, one they must navigate at their own pace. Your role is not to save them, but to extend a hand. What they do with it is theirs to decide. And so we return to our metaphor, the castle and the drawbridge. The dismissive avoidant guards their heart not out of malice, but out of fear. Your task is not to batter the walls, but to stand at the gates, patient, understanding, and brave. If they lower the bridge, meet them with grace. If they do not, walk away with your head held high, knowing you did your part. Remember, the greatest love story is not the one you write with another, but the one you write with yourself. Be kind to your heart, for it is the only one you have. And with that, my friends, I bid you farewell. Go forth with courage, with clarity, and with compassion. The world needs more of all three.